Want to get your hands on some sports cards?
Hell yes!
You're in the right place.
Good morning.
Is everybody ready?
Welcome to the weekly Target Watch on Schultzy's Card Pulls.
What is up, sports fans? Happy Tuesday. It is December 7th. We are in full swing. The holiday season going on. Hope everybody is as good as you could be this morning. How's everybody doing? How's everybody out there? Hope you're all hanging out, enjoying the morning as much as you can be, especially the West Coasties. I know the West Coasties up very, very early this morning. How y'all doing today? Let me know in the chat. And make sure you go check that survey that I put in the chat below as well, talking about acquiring Optic. Have you found 2020-2021 Donruss Optic retail in-store? Heck yes or no way. Let me know in the comments below. All right, guys, tons of going on in the world of sports as well. Back here on a Tuesday after a very disappointing couple of weeks. Very frustrating to see a lack of sports cards for 2 weeks. However, you know, I mentioned this last week. I think this is a pretty decent theory. I'm going to assume as far as cards and a restock for sports cards go, we're just going to call Thanksgiving week, and we're going to call what happened a couple weeks ago with the holiday kind of like a dead week for restocks for sports cards. It's like Target wiped it off their calendar, so it makes sense, at least if you look at it that way, that Target skipped 2 weeks now running, which, according to most people that were here last week waiting for sports cards, that's never happened before. So pretty crazy to see 2 weeks without a drop on Target.com here on Schultzy's Card Pulls. But we're waiting, and hopefully we are going to see a restock this week. I would assume that it is going to be almost guaranteed, because 2 weeks in a row like this, once again, they have not done that, skipping a restock 2 weeks in a row like that ever. Joe says, what up, Big Schultz? Silver Sports says, what's going on? How you doing, man? Tyler says, Indiana Jones. Hey, Al says, heck yeah, I found Optic once at Walmart. Cello packs he's talking about. Congratulations, you guys. And I asked that personally because I have actually not, myself, I have not seen Donruss Optic in stores. So there's been a ton of people that have gotten super lucky, which I'm so happy for you. That's not, I'm not trying to be salty or anything. What I'm just trying to figure out is how many people out there have actually scored Optic in store, because a lot of us are here waiting on Target.com for that to drop. So, by the way, thanks to Otis for sponsoring this stream. Hear from them coming up later in the stream, as we usually do. Brandon says, saw the vendor at Walmart yesterday afternoon. First time in almost 2 years, and he had 0 sports cards. Man, I've been hearing that a lot lately, Brandon. That is so disappointing. And I gotta wonder what the feeling was for you. For the first time in 2 years, seeing a sports card restock, and then, oh my goodness, nope, never mind. It was just the hugest letdown, because there actually was no sports card restock. It was just Pokemon cards, which, happy for those Pokemon card fans out there. There's been a couple of different releases since the Celebrations 25th anniversary set came out a couple months ago. So Pokemon has been hot on the block. And by the way, guys, speaking of hot, we are in the hot zone here on Schultzy's Card Pulls, 4 a.m. Pacific time, 7 a.m. East Coast time. Happy holidays to every single one of you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, whichever you celebrate. Thank you all so much for joining me this week. And hopefully we see sports cards coming down on Target.com very shortly, because you guys, we've been waiting way too long. King Jappy Joe says, you said it was guaranteed last week. Yes, I did, and I apologize. When I said that, I was absolutely wrong, man. I'll eat crow. But a lot of us out there thought that it was going to be guaranteed last week. And I did see somebody in the chat mentioning, like, oh, hey, man, my Discord monitors always know every single day that it's going to be, so we don't have to wait for backend activity. I would champion that you point me towards that Discord, because I've got some of the hardest working people in the whole Discord monitoring biz on my side, and they don't know when there's going to be a for sure restock. They never know. They guess, and they get inside information, and they try to pass it along to some of the people, all the people in the group. But it really just depends on the ebb and flow of that particular week. And a lot of people make the very valid claim And remind us all that, guys, sports cards are a very small portion of what Target's sales are. So I'm probably talking about less than 1%. So you realize overall, when Target doesn't really have much money invested in selling those sports cards, they're not making much off those boxes. I think you can understand why they would be switching it up week to week to week. So Chief Zavalis says, has anybody had any luck getting a Kaboom out of an absolute cello pack? That's a great question. Any fat pack Kaboom pullers out there? Because I'll tell you what, the the absolute fat packs that I opened not only did not contain a Kaboom, but they almost contained nothing. I mean, they were pretty bleak packs, in my opinion. But let me know. All right, guys, 4:02 Pacific time. And special treat next week. I will be live on location in Boston, Massachusetts for a couple of days, visiting the in-laws for Christmas. Woo! So, gonna be hitting up a live stream from Boston, Mass. Everybody, it's gonna be fun. So, it's gonna be wacky. I'm gonna be on East Coast time next week. So, I guess getting up a little bit later, so to speak, after my body adjusts over the weekend of staying there. But yeah, I will be in Boston, Massachusetts, streaming for a sports card restock next week here on Schultzy's Card Pull. It's going to be fun. Ben says, pull the Drew Brees Kaboom from a fat pack. It's not bad, buddy. There we go. So I guess one fat pack, very successful. Tyler says, no, I opened 6. Toy Time Fun says, I got a Tyreek Hill Kaboom out of a Gravity Feed pack last week. Nice. Okay, so we've got a couple of different people pulling not only the fat packs hits, but also gravity pack hits, which those actually a little bit cheaper than fat packs if you can find them. Those gravity packs were just recently selling on GameStop for like $1 each, and I think a lot of people were picking up like 5, 10, and 20 of them, putting multiple orders in if they can. But good for you, man. Definitely picking up a Kaboom out of a gravity pack. That's one of the biggest wins that you're going to have all year, man. Maybe for the next year, too. Caviar says, bring your heavy coat. Oh, yeah, it's going to be cold. It's going to be chilly. Only a couple of days of forecasted snow, though, while I'm there. Just going to be pretty chilly. Very nippy out. The air is going to have that wind chill, that old East Coast wind chill. That at least up in the Northeast, if you've all been there, you all know what I'm talking about. And if not, if you ever visit, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about once you walk outside. Let's see. Someone else says, Wilson M says, saw somebody hit a Tyreek Hill Kaboom out of a yellow gravity pack at my local shop. That's pretty sweet. And yeah, Absolute. I guess I should mention that Absolute gravity packs, they have like 2 different versions. They've got like a yellow version as well as like a regular version. Super weird, man. Hard to keep up with the different kinds of variations of retail boxes, which are supposed to make it easier to get sports cards in general, but I don't know. I think they just muddy up the waters for all of us. Lith says, come up to northern Maine. Oh my goodness, I got caught in Saco, Maine. My wife and I got caught on it was in the middle of a thunderstorm on one of the nice, it's like a beach to a lake there. It wasn't actually on the ocean, but it was a really fun kind of an inland beach in Maine, and we were staying there for the weekend, and we got totally rained on. So we had to pack up and get the heck out after planning to stay there for 3 days. We stayed there for a night and ended up sleeping in the car most of that first night because our tent got flooded because it was a pretty wet thunderstorm coming down, which for the Northeast, that's pretty common. 16 degrees here in Chicago, says Jeremy. Man, that's cold. Man, that's cold. Andrew Kim says, Def not GameStop, the $1 ones, because the wrapper literally says only yellows. Okay, I gotcha. Lith says, Saco is about 6 hours south of me. LOL. Wow, so you're up way, way north in Maine, man. Almost on the border. So yeah, everybody, let me know what your hits are out of these cello packs that you're seeing, or I guess the absolute fat packs is really what I'm concerned about. I know that a lot of people are hitting out of the optic basketball cello packs as well. Those seem to be, I mean, you want to usually say hangers are bangers, but I think the cello packs are bangers at this point. Pretty crazy what people have been pulling, numbered parallels included, out of Optic Cello Packs. And I think Optic Basketball Cello Packs hit a lot more often than Optic Blaster Boxes. That's just my opinion. That's from what I've experienced personally. It's from what I've pulled. So, and actually, I got a short coming up here soon. Got a short of a very, very big pull out of an Optic Cello Pack. Super excited to post that. I happened to be taping, and I got my reaction on camera. Was so stoked to be able to catch my reaction on camera, but was even happier that I pulled this sick hit out of Optic Basketball. Manny C says, the only hit I got was a Kid Reporter parallel. That's funny, Manny. That's a good joke, man. George Arch says, Schultzy, come to Florida. I would love to come to Florida. Absolutely love to come to Florida, man. Pretty warm down there. Kind of humid, but I'd love to party down in Florida for spring break, that kind of thing. Got 2 Mac Jones from a Fat Pack. Says TJ Cards, Rips, and Tips. Congratulations. Mac Jones cards are through the roof right now, going nuclear. And I'm assuming after Monday Night Football last night, you guys, I don't know if you caught that game. Low scoring. News out of the world of sports as we wait for sports cards to drop on target.com. Getting either loaded on the back end or, since we've seen these links just be left up for now 2 weeks, hopefully seeing cards get dropped in stock on the back end along with boxes just being put back into stock for the items that are already on the front end. I think everybody wants to see more Optic Basketball Blaster boxes restocked, hoping for some Optic Basketball Megas. I think everybody wants to see more of the Donruss football sets, the gold card sets that were $100 that the Mac Joneses that are selling for $150 out of, that people kind of slept on, that were available for like half a day when they were originally in stock. Man, I feel bad for everybody that didn't get one. I feel stupid for not getting more. I only grabbed one. I should have grabbed like 3 or 4, man. Chris Clark says an Ant-Man Blue Velocity out of his cello. Nice. Congratulations. Jeremy says I gave up on the Kaboom fathead hunting now. Not too shabby, buddy. I understand. The Kaboom hunt is a little discouraging. They are few and far between. And then with everybody, it's like it goes beyond YouTube now. Everybody's showing all these hits from these packs on Discords as well. So you're seeing everybody else pulling a Kaboom. You're like, you know what? Screw it, man. I'm not pulling it as much as they are. So what's the point? Lions Luck Sports Cards says I've had a ton of luck out of Optic this year. Purple, Lamello, Sadiq Bey Auto, and some other cool stuff. I've actually, you know what? I opened a couple of these off camera, and I'm trying to see if I have the hits. Yeah, we do. Yeah, so this was one of the ones that I pulled out of a cello. I mean, it's not anything crazy as far as like a valuable parallel auto, but we got a Malachi Flynn Prism Signature Series. That came out of a cello pack, along with the other big hit that I'm talking about releasing through a short very soon. All right, guys, waiting for Target.com to restock here on Schultzy's card pulls. Unfortunately, have not seen anything as of yet. 4:09 a.m. Pacific time, 7:09 East Coast time, 6:09 Central, 5:09 Mountain time. Hope everybody is enjoying themselves this morning. Probably do a weekly giveaway as we usually do. Trying to do some fun weekly live stream giveaways, draw everybody in. And make sure, please hit that subscribe button if you have not. And help me out. You guys watch. I do content every week as well, just regular released videos. So help me out. Watch those when they come out. Hit that notification bell. And y'all will be hopefully enjoying yourselves either on the bus, in the car with the spouse, on the way to see your family on a very long trip for the holiday season, or hopefully in any situation where I could help entertain you. Beast in the Beauty Breaks joining as a Chrome member. Welcome to the Schultzy fam, brother. Thank you so much, Beast in the Beauty Breaks, joining the Schultzy fam. And make sure you guys check out the YouTube memberships as well. We got a monthly giveaway of a pretty sweet premium blaster box or better guarantee on the $9.99 tier, and then a premium cello pack on the $4.99 tier as well. Pretty sweet giveaways. Gave away an Optic cello pack last week or month, then gave away an Optic blaster, gave away a Chrome Mega, Bowman Chrome Mega, gave away an Absolute Mega. Going Kaboom hunting, of course. All right, guys, just checking the monitors, and once again, not seeing anything happening on Target.com as of yet. But speaking of Mac Jones, I saw people talking about pulling his hits out of packs earlier. Y'all see the Monday Night Football game last night? Big story on the world of sports. The Patriots, in a very low-scoring game, beating the Buffalo Bills 14-10. I hope you all took the under on that game because the over-under was 40 points before the game started. Thankfully, I had some money in on the under. Was able to cash that. Not much, but actually had a decent weekend sports betting. I'm excited because I'm able to be playing with house money right now after winning a small parlay. I've got a couple $100 now in my sports betting account. Trying to see if I can turn that into something more come this weekend in the NFL. So if anybody has any recommendations on parlays, let me know. Of course, I'll have my lock of the week and my upset of the week coming up here possibly later today, but most likely tomorrow here on Schultzy's Card Pulls. If there is no restock from Target.com, we're waiting right now. Right now is the hottest of the hot zone. Lucky cases. Good game, crazy weather. Yes, it was. It was cold. The wind chill. I think it said it felt like 23 degrees or so, and the gusts of wind were making it up to 50 miles an hour at times. Absolutely crazy. A crazy week of NFL football, not just for the Patriots and the Bills, but for everybody around the league. Brad Selden Esquire says, Schultzy, add a market report video to your package. Oh, you talking about like for members or something like that? Or just a market report video in general? I've seen a couple of other channels do that, and I actually think that it's a great idea. However, I don't want to copy what they're doing. Trying to do, a step above or do it differently. Because, like, if I came on here and did just what JR was doing, I feel like I'd be doing him a disservice. So, when I started this live stream, I was trying to do it differently. Add the visual target tracker, add something else. Maybe another element that some other people weren't doing at the time. So maybe why you haven't seen me try some things yet is because I would like to figure out a way to do them differently. I don't want to draw people in doing the same stuff. I mean, I feel weird already just doing hunting videos, and a lot of other channels do sports card hunting videos as well. Lions Luck says Mac Jones is going to be a solid NFL quarterback, not a star. All right, there you go. That take is pretty strong, but I like it, buddy. All right, guys, waiting on Schultzy's Card Pulls again for a sports card restock. Have not seen anything so far this morning. Let me see here really quickly. Trying to get the results to the pull up. Asking people if they are able to find Optic Basketball retail in any form in stores or not so far throughout this cycle of sports card releases. Wanted to get a gauge of that this morning, seeing if people have been lucky or not, because I'll tell you what, I have not seen much Optic. Not seen much Optic near me in the slightest, unfortunately. It's been pretty, I think it was 3 weeks or so of Optic Basketball. Other than that, being in local Walmarts near me, it's been pretty few and far between. Tua says Mac Jones will have a better career than all the quarterbacks drafted before him. Nice. It's a good prediction, Tua. Definitely a hot take, especially because Trevor Lawrence supposed to be the better quarterback, but not necessarily having a great year so far, man. M-Easy says, Schultzy, did you pick up an Optic White Sparkle pack yesterday? I was able to get one. Congratulations, buddy. I did not. Unfortunately, I missed that. Dang, I didn't even know that those were out. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. You guys got to be on these releases the day that they come out. Otherwise, you're going to miss stuff. And I try to keep up with all of the latest releases, and I still miss those Optic Sparkle packs. Dang. Definitely want to rip those. Trying to find a LaMelo Ball. That one's probably a multi-$1,000 card if you find that one. So even if it's a $50 pack, I'll take a chance at it. Absolutely. Joe says Lawrence is in a horrible organization. That's not wrong. You're not wrong about that at all. All right, guys, 1,100 of you watching. Please make sure to smash that like button for me. Helps me feed two kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Appreciate y'all. And yeah, on top of the Monday Night Football game last night, stories from the world of sports as we continue to wait for sports cards to drop on Target.com. How about my Oregon Ducks? Coachless again. You know what? I guess I have to thank Manny Diaz in all of this as well. Mario Cristobal leaving the University of Oregon to go take the job in his hometown, Miami, to become the head coach of the U, which Oregon now for the second time in the last 3-4 seasons and the third time in 5 years are looking for a head coach. Unbelievable. It's not out of the realm that Mario Cristobal would want to go home to Miami, but 3 seasons in to Manny Diaz being in Miami, you would think that they would have had more faith in him. Obviously, they did not. They saw the results that Cristobal was getting in Oregon and said, we want that. Let's bring our boy home with a big Brinks truck. 5K points for 1 pack, says Retail Break. Yeah, I should have loaded up on points trying to grab one of those, man. I made a huge mistake there. Made a huge mistake on my end. Whoopsies. So yeah, Oregon losing their head coach. 3rd time in 5 years. They're going to be searching. I know that none of y'all really care as far as being a super hardcore Ducks fan go. There aren't many of you in the chat that are, but I'll tell you what, I'm a hardcore Ducks fan, and now, once again, my college football program is reeling. Let's go Canes. Miami, Oregon. Lions Luck Sports Cards, who knows? Maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel better about selling all of my Max High. Hey, man, I sold, I think it was actually 2 Mac Jones rated rookies right before the boom happened, so I lost out on like $20 on each card, but hey, it happens. Sometimes you just don't sell cards at the right time. All right, guys, 418 still have not seen anything happening on the Discord monitors or on Target.com as far as a sports card restock goes, but I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Well, Beast in the Beauty breaks a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Says, don't pass on Archives Blasters. I pull a Nolan Ryan foil auto. Also have a Kelnick short print for you, Schultzy. Oh, Beast in the Beauty breaks. You rock, man. Yeah. Dude, I'd love to check that out. Love to see that card and maybe grab that from you. Holy crap. Beast in the Beauty breaks, dude. Super generous. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, man. And yeah, Archives Blasters, guys, are pretty fun. I think... I hope that you watched my latest hunting video, but if you have not, my latest hunt for retail sports cards on Schultzy's Card Pulls was kind of successful. You know, there wasn't any optic or anything like that, but we saw a lot of cards on shelves near me and was able to pull an auto out of an Archives Blaster. So I would not sleep on Archives Baseball this year, you guys. As boring of a product as it seems to be last year for some people, it is a very fun rip this year. Archives Blasters for baseball, definitely a fun rip. Jerry McGee says, I'm so happy we got Brent Venagles back. Boomer sooner. Yeah, Lincoln Riley hightailing it out of town, going to USC. But it looks like Brent Venables coming over to Oklahoma to add some stability right back to that program. So congratulations, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is going to be okay. They're going to be all right. Tabletop Geek says, Schultzy, what's the plan if Target doesn't drop this week? That's a great question. Honestly, I'm going to be calling Target, trying to get some information myself. Will they give it to me? Probably not, but I'm really going to be hightailing on like the phones and trying to see if I can find out any information that some people maybe don't have or haven't figured out yet. Essentially, if there is no restock this week, I'm going to jump hard on the investigation and see what's going on. Because 3 weeks without a restock, absolutely nuts. I don't think that's going to happen. Once again, I think we can treat Thanksgiving kind of like a dead week. So we can just skip it on the calendar altogether and not have to worry, because I think that what Target.com was doing strategy-wise with all the other products that they were dropping, they just weren't thinking of sports cards at all, and were pushing that kind of out of the minds and out of the realm for a couple of weeks of all their IT people and the people that usually post that stuff, so they could worry about all the other Black Friday sales, so they could worry about all the other things going on. And I mean, that's just my guess, but essentially push that back a couple of weeks and make people wait, because sports cards are not a big chunk of their sales. Oh, no way. Undeniable the Native, a $10 super chat. Dude, thank you so much. Undeniable the Native, $10. Dude, super generous. I got a Kyler Murray Red Shimmer Beckett 9. Auto 9 out of 25 for 2.2K. Was that a steal? By the way, great show, man. Love what you do, brother. You're appreciated, man. Oh, Undeniable the Native. Dude, you guys, I appreciate all of you so much. You guys are the reason I do what I do. You're showing up here every single morning, hoping for sports cards like me from Target.com. And as generous as you are, man, Undeniable the Native, gosh, man, you hit me in the heart, brother. I appreciate you. As far as the deal, Kyler Murray, Red Shimmer Beckett 9, Auto 9 out of 25. Was that a rookie? But that's a pretty sweet card, man. I gotta say, Kyler Murray's got a pretty big market, 2.2K. That doesn't sound like a bad deal for a graded Beckett 9. Nice find, Undeniable the Native. Was that like on auction off of eBay, man? Tim Crope says, the problem is Target has no product to drop. I wouldn't say that's true. They've been holding product at times for weeks, waiting for a restock to happen. So I don't think they have no product to drop. They haven't lost their deal with Excel or anything, so I don't know why that would happen. Undeniable the Native says, yes, it was, man. All right, an auction for 2.2 Kyler Murray, and says it was a rookie. I would say that is an absolute great deal then, man. 2.2K, a Beckett 9, parallel auto at a 25 for Kyler Murray. That's a good investment, brother. That's like, I would absolutely sit on that for years and years and years. Jimbo says, smash that like button. Let's go. I appreciate it. Yeah, please, guys. Helps me feed two kitties named Pikachu and Eevee as we wait for sports cards to drop on Target.com. Rip It Up says, I bet Target has a ton of Don Russ and Absolute. Yeah, it seems like everyone has a ton of Don Russ and Absolute, although don't sleep on Don Russ football this year, guys. With Trevor Lawrence not necessarily doing so well, that gives other quarterbacks like Mac Jones the ability to step in and fill that value void, because everybody has been waiting for a quarterback to pop off all season. Finally, Mac Jones pulled ahead of the pack a little bit, and lo and behold, collectors are super excited to pay premium top dollar for Mac Jones rookies. How about that? Everybody just waiting for a rookie to pop off, and Mac Jones was the one to lead the pack to this point of the season. Justin Fields has been injured too much. Trevor Lawrence on a terrible team. Trey Lance not really playing regularly enough for us to be able to see anything. So all these other names out there that we're waiting to see get some time in the NFL. Mac Jones starting from day one. He had the best opportunity, in my opinion, with the Patriots from day one. I think it was probably a decent early investment if people got in on Mac Jones rookies at the beginning of the season. It was probably a good prediction from day one that he was going to be the one to succeed out of that pack. Joe says, Mac Daddy. Heck yeah, man. Undeniable the Native, you rock. Says, let's see those donations, y'all. This man kills it, dude. I appreciate you. And sorry, guys, it sounds like my voice. I'm just having issues this morning. I don't know if I've had a sore throat for the last couple of days. I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, my voice just not really cooperating. So I apologize. I got energy. I'm trying, but my voice just not necessarily cooperating. So my bad. Jeremy says Illusions is sick. They just put no effort into it. Talking about Illusions Basketball, our latest release of basketball cards. Yeah, that's definitely one that is kind of back and forth as far as people liking it or not, and I understand why. I understand why it's got mixed reviews. Personally, I love it. So that's just me. That's just the way that I swing on the illusion side of the argument. I like the cardboard stock with like that shiny premium look. I think those are sick looking cards, but that's just me. Some people don't necessarily like the way that Illusions looks and think it looks cheap, and that's fine. You know what? Maybe that'll be our poll question for tomorrow. Do you like Illusions basketball? As we have to wait, guys. We're waiting for Mosaic basketball retail to drop. We're waiting for Chronicles basketball retail to drop. Tons of stuff coming out. Month of December into January is going to be fat for premium sports cards, and I'm excited. All right, guys, checking the poll really quickly. Have you ever found 2021 Donruss Optic basketball retail in store? 32% of you say heck yes, and this is after 1,000 votes so far, so I think it's a pretty good sample size. 32% of you say heck yes. 68% say no way, I have not found Donruss Optic basketball retail in store. And I mean, it makes me understand why a lot of you are here trying to find sports cards on Target.com. But that is pretty disappointing, I must say. Only 1/3 of people in the live stream have actually found Donruss Optic basketball in person at their stores. And I'm actually, you guys, I'm telling you, I am barely on the yes list. Or excuse me, no. As far as Optic basketball goes, I'm on the no list. I've seen absolute megas in store one time, and that was it. But for Optic, I haven't seen it at all. So, gotten everything either through other people like Auto Gods on the channel, or generous people sending me stuff at cost like Gino. Also in the Schultzy's Card Pulls Discord. Go check that out. But other than that, I've found it all online. So, rough to find Optic right now for sure, guys, as we are still waiting for sports cards to drop on Target.com. 4:28 Pacific time, 7:28 East Coast time. Have not seen any movement yet, unfortunately, but we're still waiting. And appreciate y'all. Yeah, please smash that like button. Helps me feed a couple kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Trying to catch up with the chat here. I apologize. I don't want to miss the messages from y'all. Scott Tolliver says people want Mac Jones to be this year's Burrow or Herbert, and he is just not. I so agree, Scott. Mac Jones, just because he's pulled ahead of the pack rookie quarterback-wise, does not mean that he is Justin Herbert. Huge rookie of the year, transcendent quarterback type of guy. He's good within the Patriots offense so far, and I'm not trying to knock the guy, but we haven't really seen him get the opportunity to do more. Justin Herbert, because of the injury to Tyrod Taylor early on in the season, and with the way that their coach last year was trying to save his job in San Diego, you kind of saw the reins taken off a little bit of Justin Herbert, and the Chargers were relying, San Diego, I'm sorry. My bad, I caught myself. The Los Angeles Chargers, he kind of saw, because they were really trying to see what would work, they were letting Justin Herbert throw the ball. They were letting him kind of explore what he could do in the NFL, and it was successful for everyone involved. So good for Herbert, good for the Chargers. All right, guys, 4:29 Pacific time. Still hoping for a restock. Checking the monitors, checking Target.com right now. On my phone, I've got a couple of different monitors, like my iPad, showing Target.com up here, and I'm not seeing anything as of yet. Not seeing anything as of yet, unfortunately. But once again, a big weekend in the world of sports. Hope you all won some cash on the crazy NFL weekend that was. Going to be a lot more games to bet on this weekend also. Getting into the good part of the year, folks. Christmas time. Got the holiday season. College football playoffs going to be happening soon. NFL football in about a month or so. And down to the wire for every single team in the league. Plus, the NBA is going on. Got about a week from now. Trades going to be happening. December 15th is when that is allowed to happen in the NBA. And, I guess I should mention my Portland Trailblazers getting rid of their GM, Neil O'Shea. So it's funny, all the crazy news coming out of the world of sports in the last 4 or 5 days has been local here in the Pacific Northwest. I love when that happens, man. I mean, I hate to see Mario Cristobal go. Honestly, I'm happy to see Neil O'Shea leave. Sorry, but he wasted Damian Lillard's prime, in my opinion, for the Portland Trailblazers. But when you see all that news happening and the center of the sports universe for a couple of days happens to be in the Pacific Northwest, makes you feel good up here as a Northwest sports fan that usually gets forgotten about by the rest of the country. Just saying. Beast in the Beauty Break says Schultzy's card polls sent you an email with pics of the cards. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Curse Gamer says thank you for thanking Schultzy. Yeah, no problem, man. Mike says thank you for the card updates. You're very welcome, Mike. Absolutely. Scott Tolliver says Mac Jones isn't bad. He's just not elite. Doesn't mean he can't become elite. I like that take, man. I like his feeling about Mac Jones. He is a good quarterback, but saying that he's not elite yet is a pretty accurate statement. But once again, we haven't really seen Bill Belichick let the reins off of Mac Jones to give him the chance to be elite. So does he have that talent? I mean, I would say most people probably think not, but give him a chance at least, right? Yeah, still not seeing anything as far as a restock goes from Target.com right now, you guys. Hoping we see something soon. And I will stop talking if I do see something and let y'all know what's going on. But as far as a restock goes this morning, you guys, we got 18 minutes left in the hot zone. Not looking great. But once again, 2 weeks now without a restock on Target.com for sports cards. We have to be seeing one this week. We just have to. Although people just guessing, continuing to throw days out there. A lot of people were thinking it was going to be today. And now other people that were saying tomorrow, you know, they're looking like they were correct. But once again, we're all guessing out here. There is inside info that's coming from Target.com. But unless you work on that staff and you're telling people, hey, this is when the drop's going to be, then we really don't know for sure. And I think we have gotten some of those updates before in the past. I think there are some people plugged in enough and connected enough to where that has been a thing. But I don't think this time around is something that we're going to be being able to bank information like that on. Tabletop Geek says today is local card shop day. There you go. Go support your LCS as long as they're not selling retail for a huge markup. Danny says, y'all are going to miss the flippers. Watch and see. No, Danny, I don't think anybody is going to miss finding almost no sports cards on the shelves, buddy. People don't want to pay $120 for a blaster the year that it comes out. They just don't. You know, 2020, now that it's 2021, you go back on Optic and Prism from last year, football-wise, yeah, it makes me consider, okay, if I don't have any on hand, $100 a blaster, trying to pull a Justin Herbert rookie parallel, okay, I'll take that chance. But the year that it comes out, no freaking way. No way, man. Absolutely not. Matthew says, Target needs to do something. This is ridiculous. I do agree, man. I don't know what Target's doing. Do not know what Target's doing, unfortunately. I wish I could tell y'all. I wish I had. Target giving me the inside track every single stream, just making me the delivery conduit of information for y'all. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So I will guess and I will speculate with the knowledge that I have, and I will impart that knowledge on y'all. Who got some Rookie of the Year smack talk happening? Dal76 says Micah Parsons is Rookie of the Year, not Waddle or Jones. Micah Parsons having a great year as well, for sure. Lions Luck Sports Car says, bye, Flipperisha. Bye. That's funny. Rip It Up says the Bills won't be in the Super Bowl. After last night, I'm not so sure. I know that the conditions were bad, but it's not like they could run the ball any better than the Patriots, right? They really didn't. The offense and the defense were looking weak at times, able to hold Mac Jones off, but once again, it's because of the weather that both teams, we're talking the two of the highest scoring teams in the NFL, had a 14-10 game last night. So The weather obviously playing a part, but I don't know, man. You would expect the Bills' running game to get going better at times, and it just wasn't able to. Yes, there is a defensive and offensive Rookie of the Year award to it. That is true. Kevin Joseph asking a great question. Do the Steelers make the playoffs? Ooh. You know what? If Big Ben plays every game, because even though he is declining, even though he's not as great of a quarterback as he used to be, he still has that talent, able to manage a game, and he still has the decision-making ability he's always had, and he's got Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool running routes on the ends. So I say yes. If Ben Roethlisberger plays every single remaining game for the Steelers, yes, the Steelers make the playoffs. All right, guys, as we continue to wait for sports cards to drop on Target.com, I wanted to let you know about the sponsor of today's stream, Otis. As most of y'all know, the price of all kinds of sports cards and other collectibles going absolutely nuts the past year. Base rookies, easy to get, but you're looking, as we've been talking about, spending a pretty penny on, for instance, somebody bought a Kyler Murray rookie auto parallel Beckett 9 for $2.2 grand earlier in the chat. That was just off of an eBay auction, man. So if you want to get your hands on cards like that, it's a lot of money. There are those of us out there who are diehard fans that would love to invest in cards like that, but simply don't have the money for those expensive items. That's where our sponsor, Otis, comes in. Otis is an investment platform where almost anyone can buy and sell shares of rare collectibles, comics, graded games, and most importantly, rare sports cards. They've got a ton of different collectibles to choose from, with new ones added every week. To get started, all you got to do is download their app for free using the link in the description, and you can check out all the assets on their platform, including rare graded games, comics, contemporary art, and of course, sports cards. One of my favorite assets on the platform, it's a pretty one. Just because I don't like him personally doesn't mean I don't like the card. It's a LeBron James Pristine 10 from Beckett, Signatures rookie auto worth over 50 grand. Who wouldn't want to own that card? It's iconic, and it's something that we all wish we had in our collection. And Otis has a ton of things like that. So here's how it works. You can earn a potential return either by selling your shares to other members on the Otis platform, or if Otis sells one of the underlying assets that you invested in for more than the price you paid. So whether you're a longtime collector or just looking to get in, I definitely recommend you check out Otis. Make sure you use the link in my description. You'll get your first share free with them. Terms apply. Scott Tolliver, love it, says Otis Rookie of the Year. Nice. Appreciate it, you guys. Back to Mac Jones talk. Because everybody thinking Mac Jones is good. Haven't seen anybody saying that he's great in the chat. Healthy Hobby Card Addiction says, no cards, go to bed. Yeah, unfortunately, we got 11 minutes left in the hot zone, and it is not looking like we're going to see sports cards drop this morning on Target.com. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to wet my whistle. Yeah, voice just not cooperating. Miguel T says, word on the street is that sports cards will be dropped tomorrow. Well, let's hope so, Miguel. Hopefully we have a fat restock. And I would assume after 2 weeks of skipping sports card restocks, the Target is going to have a bunch of stuff on hand. And maybe, guys, maybe they're going to have some Mosaic basketball. I don't know. What are the chances of y'all thinking that Mosaic basketball drops tomorrow? 50-50? I'd say right around there. I think just above 50-50. A decent chance that we see a Mosaic basketball retail drop. Schultzy, check your video title. You have the wrong date. Oh, Flipping Freddy Gang. Thanks, man. Sorry about that. Did I screw that one up? I guess I did. My apologies, guys. I'll go change that right now. I think online days are dead. I think the trend is dead, says Nick S. No, they are not. I know people have been saying that, but guys, just because Target is changing something up does not mean that online days are dead. People said that when they started putting cards back in stores. But goodness gracious, y'all. Oh, yeah, apologize. Tuesday, 12/6. Yeah, I totally screwed that up. My bad. I'll go correct that date. 25% chance. 80% 20. No, 20% maybe on Mosaic Basketball tomorrow. Danny O'Donohue says, seriously, not trying to start an argument, but aren't most people in this for the money? That's all most collectors talk about, how much cards are worth. You are correct, Danny. I do believe a lot of collectors are in this for the money. However, the access to the hobby is important. So if you're talking about that relating to like the price of resale and what sports cards, should be costing off the shelves in the year that they get put out there, it's better to have a bunch of people getting their hands on those boxes and feeling like they actually have a chance to get something, because then they keep coming back and they keep buying more stuff, and all those resale prices for those singles can stay up that way long term. Long term, it's just better for the hobby when everybody has access. David says, do a poll. Yeah, I could do a poll for that tomorrow as well. Tim says, this 2021 online is not dead. You really think Target wants to start selling all these cards in store again? Come on, guys. You really think they want to have those lines out the stores again? I mean, that's just, with all due respect to y'all, that's a pretty uneducated take, saying that Target doesn't want to sell cards in stores. Or, sorry, they don't want to sell cards online anymore just because they've skipped 2 weeks. Online is dead. Stop being in denial. No? Well, then why are you here waiting, dude? Why would you be here waiting if you actually thought online was dead? Oh, well, I'm here just informing the people online is dead. No, dude. It is early. You're here hoping for sports cards to drop like every other single person. Yeah, Paul says Target will not release premium product in store, only online. Exactly, Paul. Target does not want the lines of flippers. They just don't. Yeah, Coach Mojo, exactly. Just saying online is dead, then why are you here? Bro Dude says it's the holidays. Target is too busy worrying about people buying items for gifts than cards for flippers. Personally, I like they haven't dropped, saving some money, LOL. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people be spending a lot of cash when they drop sports cards. Optic is not dropped in store. If it did, it was a return. Yeah, some people saying, "Oh, I've seen Optic at Target." You guys, they're putting premium cards in stores. No, those boxes got returned, and I cannot believe that somebody bought that Optic online and then just decided to return it in store at Target.com. Even though the resale isn't much for those boxes, man, those are great long-term holds. I just cannot believe anybody would give that up willingly. Coach Mojo says fear leads to consumption, and fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. Good quote from Star Wars there, Coach Mojo. I love it. Arcot says, dropping tomorrow, faux show. I know a lot of people are going to be waiting anxiously with bated breath because, you guys, we got 5 minutes left in the hot zone today. Unfortunately not. I don't think we are going to see a restock from Target.com. Unfortunately not seeing anything as of yet. Yeah, but 4 or 5 minutes left in the hot zone, and I'll be on till about, 5:05, 5:10 Pacific time, hanging with y'all. And then we'll be back live tomorrow morning here on Target. Waiting for a restock on Target.com on Schultzy's card pulls. 23 Monch says, who would return Optic? An angry wife, perhaps? That's a great question. Telling her hubby, stop spending money on sports cards. You got to go return that right now. That or somebody that just bought it and didn't really know what they were buying or thought, I'm going to guess that somebody bought it that was just getting in to like trying to resell cards and has heard about the whole reselling fad a few months too late, thought they were going to get $100 for a blaster, realized they weren't, so they took it back to the store. That's just my guess. That's my guess as to how it ended up on the shelves at Target in-store after an online purchase. Kayli says, what kind of cards does Barnes & Noble sell? Just baseball. Actually, they've sold basketball and football as well. We've seen Absolute Football. We've seen Donruss Football Megas at Barnes & Noble. We've also seen select basketball hangers, mostly hangers. I haven't seen any select basketball blasters or megas at Barnes & Noble's, at least the ones posted in my Discord. I could be wrong, and I apologize. Sneakers and Cards says, I would not trust any returned products. It is so true. I don't know if it was Striker Breaks or somebody else. I want to say it was Striker Breaks last year. Maybe it was somebody else. But anyways, last year went and bought a couple of boxes at Walmart in store. I don't know if they were 2020 Chrome Baseball or something else. They were a really sought after product, right? But what had happened is somebody opened all that stuff, resealed them back up, and returned them as sealed, unopened products. And this dude opened them on camera, and wouldn't you know it, it was a total scam. They had already ripped the packs and just returned them for the money. And that was pretty sleazy, obviously, man. You hate people that do that, but it happens, so you got to beware. And that is one reason why I would not trust in-store returns. And also, I mean, I got a great local hobby shop near me. They're called the Sports Room. Go check it out if you're ever in the Portland, Oregon area. They're actually located in Beaverton, Oregon. But the Sports Room does not accept any trades of retail product for that same reason, because, hey, man, you could go home and just repack all those boxes and seal them all up pretty easily and then come to try to trade those boxes in for store credit or whatever. So they don't take those, thankfully. So you don't even have to worry going into this local card shop called the Sports Room. You don't even have to worry about dealing with scams or anything like that there. Poké Fun says, my blue Donruss set came damaged in the middle. I should have took it back. I didn't know they took cards back. I mean, if they are damaged, of course. Of course, if they're damaged, take them back into the store, get your money back. Not saying you shouldn't do that. Cody Lloyd says you can buy Optic for like $4 above retail right now. Yeah, you guys, if y'all are looking for Donruss Optic basketball, StockX, decent place to go. The blaster boxes aren't selling for much more than retail. I'm pretty sure on eBay you can get some decent prices as well. Rip It Up says the Sports Room is the S. Yes, it is, man. Sports Room is awesome. Sal773 says it was Ollie Moon. Talking about ripping open those packs that had been repacked. I don't think it was Ollie Moon. I think it was somebody else. Speaking of Ollie Moon, man, wonder where he is. I hope everything's all right. Dude has not posted a video in like 2 or 3 months. Tabletop Geek says, buy hobby, be more satisfied. I don't know, man. Y'all see the Mosaic box that Run Good Life just ripped? The Mosaic basketball hobby box? Paying $800 for that, not getting a single huge hit. So I don't know how much guaranteed happiness comes out of hobby boxes. If anything, the potential for frustration is a lot higher because you spent eons more money than you did on retail. All right, guys, unfortunately, we are not seeing a restock of sports cards on Target.com. The Hot Zone coming to an end this morning, 4:50 Pacific time, 7:50 East Coast time here on Schultzy's Card Pulls. But don't worry, I do think there is going to be a restock still this week. I know it's been weird. I know they haven't dropped in 2 weeks. However, I really do think that there is no way they can skip 3 weeks. There's no way. Rip to Slab says Mosaic is kind of rough. Yeah, it looks like it, man. I think I'm going to be sticking to like singles or the retail versions of Mosaic, because what's the point of spending more money trying to rip those huge parallels? And, you know, sometimes I will say this, and I guess I can ask this question, you guys. Do you feel left out if you don't get those expensive hobby boxes and you don't get a chance at like those huge multi-$1,000 hits, or do you just not care? You know, do you think like that LaMelo Ball RPA out of 99 is just way out of your budget. You're never going to get it. So you're just enjoying, what you enjoy in the hobby and buying retail boxes or buying cheaper stuff. I mean, let me know in the chat, you guys, do you ever feel like FOMO, or are you okay with just grabbing what you're grabbing? Let me know. I'd be interested to see where you all sit on that fence. Sean Sports Card says Mosaic is fire. I mean, I love Mosaic, you guys. Mosaic is always one of my favorite releases. The cards look absolutely stunning. However, seems like Mosaic basketball this year is a little tough to pull big hits out of, which definitely sucks. TJ Cards Rips and Tips says, what's the difference in the red and green box of Optic Basketball Complete Set? The difference is basically a Fanatic set and a Target set. So the red one's from Target right here, and then the green one is from Fanatics. The red one comes with the purple Pulsar pack, and the Fanatics Optic Basketball set comes with the green Pulsar pack. So those are the main differences, if that makes sense. Jar Jar says, how is Mosaic always a favorite? It's only been released for 1 year. Just the last 3 releases I've absolutely loved, and I've been in the hobby for 18 months. So as long as I've been in the hobby, Mosaic has always been a favorite of mine. I mean, Prism didn't really show up until, 2012? Prism, Optic, or sorry, not Optic, but Prism and Select and Mosaic are all newer sets. So I know that for sure. Sean says, everyone chill. There have been no quality new products released in the last couple of weeks. The next 2 months will be constant quality releases. Sit back and wait for the 30K to 50K blaster box drops. Sean, I love you, and I think you're right, man. Everybody's like, oh, guys, the sky's falling. There aren't going to be any sports card drops ever again on Target.com. Do you see the gap in the release calendar that we're in right now? Guys, there's really not much going on as far as sports card releases go. Of course, Mosaic came out on 12/3. Then we saw Contenders Optic, coming out on 12/1. Before that, Chronicles Basketball had come out. And then we're still waiting now, guys, trying to find the sports card release calendar. We're still waiting for things like Prism Football. We're still waiting for Mosaic Football. We still haven't seen Donruss Optic Football. There are a ton of premium releases coming up. Tons of premium releases coming up. So don't y'all worry. I don't think that we're going to be seeing Target stopping sports card drops at all. Danny says the demand is nowhere near what it was. That's true. However, all those blasters, man, there were 20K Optic Basketball blasters dropped last time on Target.com when we saw a sports card restock back on November 18th. Yeah, about 25K those Optic Basketball blasters, or just over 20K, they were gone. The demand is still there for those premium products. Just because the resale isn't as high doesn't mean people don't want to rip that stuff. Yeah, just looking on the sports card release calendar, you guys. We're just in between that point of premium releases. We will see more stuff coming. And I really do think for a couple months, it is going to be like every other week or every week of crazy releases and really valuable stuff. So don't y'all worry. Brian Lawhorn says nothing good hit, but they stocked garbage stuff. Waiting for Mosaic Basketball. Coach Mojo says hoping to hit NFL Prism beginning of next year and looking forward to it. Yeah, Prism, I'm interested to see what that looks like. And I'm interested to see what kind of resale value that has. J-Dub Retro says Optic has only been around since 2016. There you go. So Optic, one of the newer sets also. So yeah, all these things. Just because I say it's always a favorite, year to year, we expect Mosaic to continue to come out, even with the Fanatics buy, in my opinion, of Topps and Panini. or taking the rights away from Topps and Panini. Sorry, I put that incorrectly. I think they are going to buy Topps and Panini and keep the set names like Mosaic alive. That's just my opinion. Christopher says you could argue that Mosaic has been around longer. Mosaic Prism has been a thing for a while. Yeah, some of these sets that have come out that we see on their own kind of started as like insert parallels in other sets, and that is how Mosaic Prism started. That's a good point, Christopher. Coach Mojo says this is the calm before the premium storm. Be ready for that wave. Yeah, and I know it's different than last year because in 2020, we were seeing in the month of December, we saw Prism Football released. A bunch of people were still really hyped on flipping the basketball cards that have been coming out early in the last year. I mean, I understand it really is a difference in like where the hobby was value-wise, but the big releases in the month of December were like Premium Hoops and Prism, if I'm not mistaken. Prism Football didn't have as much printed and is still going strong. Premium Hoops had a ton printed and people don't really care about it anymore. However, the hype for Prism week to week was there. And unfortunately, just because we haven't seen those premium releases available, guys, at least yet on the retail shelves, and haven't seen a restock of those, that's why people are saying, it's not going to happen. We're never going to see online restocks again. It'll happen. It'll happen. Point Break says they released the Prism design. It actually looks decent. Heck yeah. Exciting. Although, honestly, I'm like, should I spend money on 2021 Prism or should I put that money into like getting a Justin Herbert rookie auto parallel? I still need one of those for my collection. Still need to find one, send it off to get it graded. And I honestly wouldn't mind taking the money that I would spend on 2021 Prism, even just to like buy 2020 Prism to rip to try to find a Justin Herbert parallel. Bowie Buckets is just want to say, I love having this little hangout with like-minded collectors. It's really informative. Appreciate you, Schultzy. You are so welcome, Bowie Buckets. Anytime, man. Anytime. That's why I'm here. Happy to facilitate the conversation. And you guys, if you do have any questions about Target.com, if you're trying to deal with like a red card for the first time, or if there are things that you don't really know as far as like a setup for online restocks goes, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer any of those questions. It's why I'm here, not just to talk sports, not just to hope that sports cards get restocked, but it is also to inform y'all of how to score sports cards on Target.com. Brian says, I got 3 Pikachu limited edition Funkos yesterday at Target. Not too shabby, man. Not too shabby at all. And as we wind down this morning, you guys, just another quick word from our sponsor, Otis. As I mentioned earlier, Otis is an investment platform where you can buy and sell shares of rare collectibles, comics, graded games, and most importantly, rare sports cards. They've got over 100 collectibles to choose from, and 3 of my personal favorites are that LeBron James Beckett Pristine 10 Signatures rookie auto that I was telling you all about earlier. Also, a Mike Trout First Bowman Chrome 9.5 Gem Mint auto, and then a first edition Charizard PSA 10. Beautiful cards, all available on Otis. And I've got a special gift for everyone watching. If you sign up using the link in my description, you'll get your first share on Otis. Terms and conditions apply, of course. And make sure you smash that like button for me, y'all. Helps me feed 2 kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Like I said, I'll be in Boston next week live streaming. Going to be fun, but I'll be able to be up later. Be really cool. I'll be waking up closer to 7 instead of 4 a.m. Oh, Alfredo, thank you so much, man. Alfredo Delgado, a $1.99 super chat, dude. Super generous. Thank you, man. Says, yo, Schultz, did you talk about that bot ban? I did see a couple people mentioning it. I talked about it last week. There is the potential Congress has a piece of legislation in front of them. It is called the Retail Grinch Bot Act or something like that. But essentially what Congress is looking at is banning retail bots and making that illegal, like ticket resale bots were made illegal a few years ago. Will that happen? We don't know, but it's good to see Target looking at that legislation. And you know what? If bots are made illegal, I know it's going to be a bit rough going at first because people are still going to be trying to do it, but I think you would obviously see access to not just sports cards, but to things like sneakers, to consoles, to a bunch of other stuff over a year or two start to get a lot better. So the potential is there for things to go well, but will Congress pass it? We don't know. We don't know. Matt Chapman says, I just looked up the new Prism design. Going to be even harder to get perfectly centered. Well, hopefully they cut them well, but you know what? We can't ever guarantee that Panini will do that, right? They're not great at cutting their stuff. MEZ says, Schultzy, I'm out. See you tomorrow morning, my dude. Thanks, MEZ. I appreciate y'all. The HRE says, Schultzy, MVP of card hunting. Dude, thank you much, man. Sucks. I don't have as many stores near me to go like in-store card hunting as somebody like Skyby in the Midwest does, but it is what it is. I try to work with what I got. Tupac says, what are you going to Boston for? That's where I live. Heck yeah, Tupac lives. I'm heading there. My wife, her family is from Framingham. It's where she grew up, so we're going to be there for about a week doing a Christmas celebration with them. MEZ says it's called the Stopping Grinch Bot Act. Thank you, MEZ. Appreciate you dropping that knowledge before you get out of here, man. Sean says there are going to be a lot of people in this feed scoring Mosaic and Hoops over the next few weeks. I would always prefer a drop every 2 weeks if that means the quantity allows me to manually score. I agree, Sean, and that's the thing. Those bigger quantities, I think Target has figured out. One thing that... and this is why I love doing this stream on Schultzy's Card Pulse for these Target.com morning drops. One thing we figured out, you guys, about 3 months ago is that the bigger quantities of items really give manual users the best chance to score. So, of course, you always expect the bots to grab their stock. That's going to happen. Even though Target tries to fight it, you understand that, you know what? All right, bots, they're just going to get some cards. Whatever. I'm going to deal with that. But when you're seeing stocks of 30, 40, 50,000 boxes put out at one time, it is the optimal chance at that point for the manual user to score. So, sorry. Prodby Sivas says, Schultz, you haven't answered me. Do you want to see my purple shock lamella from my returned B-Ball Optic Mega in store? I mean, that's awesome that you pulled. Was it like a, what, did it have a print line on it? Or are you saying like it's a really bad card? I'm confused by what you're saying, brother. Akashi Records says Boston sports card hunting. Absolutely. My wife even said like, babe, let's spend a day sports card hunting. My wife said that to me. So it was like, absolutely, baby. I'd love that. Let's do it. So she's going to help me. She's going to be manning the camera and helping me get some footage. And we will be doing probably one day of Boston sports card hunting. Pretty cool. Boy says, Schultz, are you moving out of the PNW to Boston? No, I'm not moving. I'm just heading there for a week, brother. Sal says, yo, Schultz, I'm out. Have a good one. One last question. Would you get one of those Meyer Mystery Mega Boxes Basketball Edition for 100? The guy's trying to sell me one for 100. MSRP is 50. Those are tough, man. Those mystery boxes he's talking about Meyer has released. It's like a Pokemon, baseball, basketball, and football version of like a mystery mega box kind of a deal. Similar, and I think it's just an MJ Holdings release. But similar to what Excel does. And people wondering if they should be buying those at double the cost. I mean, personally, I think the potential for hits is there. So yeah, for $100, why not, man? Sal, I don't know if you're like me, where you don't have any Myers near you, but like $100 for a box that I'm never going to see in person, yeah, that's probably not bad. Especially if it's only at a store where I'm never going to be able to go. So, I mean, I'd probably pay that, but that's just me, Sal. Somebody's saying you drink your ice with milk. No, this is water. This is my chocolate milk. I got my chocolate milk and I got my water. Just drinking the water a lot more this morning because I have a frog in my throat. I do not understand. I apologize. My voice sounds just wacky this morning. So I really do apologize for that. The HRE says, can anyone put up a link to the new Prism design? HRE, just Google Prism. Google Prism cardboard connection, brother. Google Prism football cardboard connection. You'll be able to find it. You'll be able to find it, brother. Brewers Kill 823 says, I didn't pull much. Some cool 1996 Kobe inserts. Well, that's a pretty cool pull. It's not bad at all. But yeah, you're obviously hoping to pull that crazy rookie card out of those mystery boxes. Brewers Kill says, bought 2 Meyer mystery boxes. Not sure it's worth 100. Poké Fun says, Meyer exclusive mystery boxes. Well, at least their Pokemon ones are usually superior to other. That's true. I have seen those mystery boxes Pokemon-wise, and the chances to pull some sick vintage packs out of those is insane. So true. British Sports Cards and Collectibles says, I got 4 of the basketball mystery boxes for 100 each on eBay, gambling for some decent packs. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. It's a gamble to see if you can get a good pack or two to get a chance at a highly sought-after rookie or not. And for $100, once again, if you don't have the store near you, why not take a chance? The Four Horsemen says, no drop again. Can we get some cats at least? Yeah, we'll probably show the kitties tomorrow. Probably show Pikachu and Eevee on the live stream tomorrow. Hopefully after a successful sports card drop. Zach Spiffy Daddy says, offer up is a great option. Trevor says they were online only at Meyer. Oh, weird. I didn't know Meyer did online only items. That's my bad. My bad that I did not know that, but I guess they do online only stuff. Good to know. All right, guys. 5:08 Pacific time, 8:08 East Coast time. I know we're all winding down here. People got to get going about their lives here for today, and I understand. But hopefully we're going to see a sports card restock very shortly this week. I would assume after 2 weeks of skipping that there will be one on Target.com. The HRE has got it. Wow, looks very similar to last year's design. I think it looks cooler than last year's design, but that's just me. Fast Eddie P. You said he didn't pull much, but some 1996 Kobe inserts, LOL. That's a pretty good year for his inserts, isn't it? I don't know. Poké and Fun asking me, Schultzy, do you use OBS or Streamlabs? How does the Nightbot app work? Well, Nightbot, you basically just link with your YouTube page. So Nightbot's really easy, Poké and Fun. But I use Streamlabs personally. But there's also OBS, and then there's StreamYard. I think they're decent options as well. Smith Family Sports Card says, what up, brother? Good luck. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you guys indeed. All right, guys. I would love to stay here and keep chatting, but I'll be perfectly honest. I don't really have a voice to do so. I've had a frog in my throat since I came on this morning, and I apologize. Hopefully that's gone tomorrow, but I will be back. Hoping for a restock from Target.com tomorrow. Hopefully it's Wednesday the 8th, you guys. But yeah, I will be back bright and early, 3:45 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. And I will have a lock of the week. I'll have an upset of the week in the NFL. And hopefully we're all hanging out, having some fun tomorrow morning, you guys. As we score some sports cards for the first time in a couple weeks on Target.com. So I'm going to let you all go. But yeah, guys, make sure you smash that like button on the way out if you have not. Helps me feed a couple of kitties named Pikachu and Eevee after Pokemon. And yeah, not only will I have the live stream up tomorrow, but I'll have some more content out this week. Have some more content out during my time in Boston as well. And doing a nice Boston sports card hunt coming up next week. So, all right, guys, thank y'all so much. See you tomorrow. I'll be back bright and early. Hope to see y'all then too. Schultzy's card pulls out.